or that concern you and I as individuals and as citizens of this great nation of ours, and how sometimes we need to know what our rights are and how such
Sometimes,
rights are.
sometimes,
Yes,
or all the
sometimes.
time.
Well, I mean, it's as much as we know that we can lay bare, really.
Mm.
So that's why I had to use that safety net of sometimes. But of course, maybe every time, once you know your rights and they're enforceable, then there's no telling how you should be what's the word now? You should just want to ensure that you know your right and such
Yeah, it,
rights
it saves
are
you from being
enforced.
hoodwinked and
Mm,
bamboozled in some cases,
that's what it is. That's what
falsely
it is.
accused, and you have no way to fight your way out of, first off, a justice system that is kind of shaky. But knowing your rights makes a difference. It's one case to know your rights, and it's another to not know, and you're just being thrown all about because
Yeah,
you don't even
tossed
know what
here and there.
obtains
That's what it
exactly.
is, right?
So programs like this, shows like this, help you have a better grasp, a better understanding of how the systems work
Mm.
and how to go about navigating your way. Say you're in trouble, say you are trying to do business. We touch on all these things. And this is Panorama. I am Odera Otaru.
And I am Binga Fayong.
We are live on Facebook right now as we speak. Splash FM 106.7 Abeokuta. So as the conversation progresses, we can take comments from that. The first segment is the issue of the day, which is from now until about 5 minutes to 9 a.m., after which we go on our commercials break and we come back to the second segment from the pages where we take you through the stories that you find on the front pages on a couple of our newspapers this morning, the stories that made the headlines this morning.
Mm.
So, like I said earlier, you can reach us on Facebook. You can comment. The phone lines will be open, but not right now. However, in the meantime, you can leave your comments on the live video feed that you see, as well as on our Twitter handle, Splash FM 1067, and our WhatsApp number 0817 555 1067.
That's right, and that's what it is. We'll just proceed straight with the issue of the day.
There are tiers of government, which include the federal, the state, and the local. Many say that the local shouldn't be viewed as a tier of government because of provisions of the Nigerian constitution. There are arms of government. They include the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Pretty much everyone agrees on these terms of government. The executive ensure that the law is obeyed. As custodians of such, the legislature see to the making and amendment of laws, while the judiciary is saddled with the responsibility of the interpretation of laws.
Inasmuch as all arms of government are equally important, the role that the legislators play cannot be overemphasized. They are seen as those close to the people and feel the pulse of the people. Legislators in Nigeria exist at the federal and state levels. Recently, legislators at the federal level voted on proposed amendments to the Constitution of the nation. This happens and has happened from time to time in the history of the country, all in a bid to be in tune with current realities.
Several burning issues as it concerns the well-being of Nigeria and Nigerians dominated this amendment exercise and subsequent voting. Financial autonomy for local governments, administrative autonomy for local governments, financial independence for state houses of assembly and state judiciary, and many more were the subject of this voting exercise. As a matter of fact, 68 of them in total. 48 made it to the green light and 22 were shut down.
The National Assembly has done its bit. It now boils down to this: the state houses of assembly. On the ones passed by the National Assembly, the state houses of assembly must now vote, and at least 2/3 of the state, which equates to 24, must vote in favor of these amendments. This morning, as issue of the day, our talk is centered on constitution amendment bills, spotlighting likelihoods from Ogun State legislators. And we have Honorable Adegoke Adeyanju, who is a member representing Yewa North 1 constituency of the Ogun State House of Assembly. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, the follower and the anchor of this program and our listeners at home. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So you heard our introduction basically about how the National Assembly has done its part, and now it now boils down to the state houses of assembly. This is not the first time that we've seen these voting exercise or amendments or proposed amendments done by the National Assembly. But then it always boils down to what the state houses of assembly eventually do. If we start with the autonomy of local governments, why do you think we are back here after several years and several votes in the past?
Thank you, my brother. Well, before I proceed, I just want to thank you for bringing this issue. And at the same time, so I'm a politician because when they invite me on a program like this, when I start talking, it might be the uncle people that call from home that do you know you are a politician, do you know you belong to a particular political party? I said no. Well, everybody have his or her own motive and objective of coming to politics. One way or the other, when I was busy, I also like I do criticize, but constructive one. I do complain like this. That's why okay, I can make it different. That's why I'm here. So if I want to make it different, and I've condemned a lot, even the past assembly from my constituency. So if I'm not here today, I cannot try to make that difference. It's a shame on me. So on this mention about, I can even say that we are the problem. Even the electorate that voted us, they are the ones that are not ready for the change. Because George always says something, say, the day people realize that if they large unified number, they can demand anything from their governments, is the day the government is in big trouble. That is why they keep us divided. Now, every electorate, they are clamoring that they want autonomy from local governments. Okay, let's have government. These are achieved by the state or federal arms of government. Now, on how to demonstrate it in our different states. Sir, the present governor in all states, if they are not for their second term, even the one in the second term is aiming of going for Senate. You get me right?
That's right.
Now, and you go back home and ask for the people's mandate. So, I don't think if any governor is on first time or second time want to go for Senate, want to go back, people that want to vote us, that if they are united truly, it's not that these things meant for us. You have to do it. If you don't come to us. We can get it. Me, I'm in fully support of that bill. If truly we are there to defend our people, if truly we want even a democracy, to go to the grassroots. And all politics is local.
Okay, well, speaking of grassroots, one of the bills that was passed was the financial autonomy for local governments. So now that the local governments have this autonomy to dictate how funds are spent, does this mean that we can expect to see drastic improvements at grassroots level?
Yes, if that bill is passed in the state, is passed already and able to be demonstrated in our different states, there will be much different. There will be improvements because now, early in this country now, the issue of local government, I don't any longer that not functioning. Don't thank God for it's not because I'm in APC now. People that know me very well, they can be a witness. They thank God for Prince Dakwa Abiodun in Ogun State today because from hardly in any local government, even hardly in the world in Ogun State that will not see his hand either on school, even both school and tech.
Okay,
if the local government is more empowered, this improvement will be more than this. Because like 8 years, past 8 years, last administration, I'm not I'm condemning any administration, I just to hardly you see any for that good 8 years, if a particular local government, you see the hand of government. How do you want such area to develop?
Okay, so what are some of the things that you can highlight that we should expect to see improvements in what sectors?
If the local government is empowered.
Yes.
Fine. If the local government is empowered, then sometimes all this our drainage system before is being handled by local government. Even the tile during the OGD about Shoba, But the third road in my own town, in my local government in Ayetoro. You know, what's the name of the former Asuje? Being tied by Asuje. But today, hardly even there are some local government, they even, if you just pass by, you see how dirty they are. They cannot even get money to clear the bush.
Right.
So even the markets were cleaned, even they employ, they clear the drainage, everything is in order. But now, if you complain, you say, they don't have this, they don't have that. It's about issue of money.
Okay, we'll still come to the issue of autonomy of state houses of assembly as well, because it's one of those bills that saw the green light, or amendments that saw the green light. But still dwelling on this local government autonomy, I've heard opinions of people who feel the reason why we're still here, where we're still talking about autonomy for local governments after several years. I mean, we've had about over 20 years of uninterrupted democracy, or democracy as we speak. And the reason why we're still here is because the governors have the number of the legislators. They give examples or cite examples such as, if the legislators go on ahead and allow this to fly, then whatever benefits they enjoy from the state governors would cease, which is why they feel legislators have not exactly backed the autonomy of the local government. Do you feel that way?
Yes, I cannot kick against it totally. That's why I've come from this angle. From the angle you just came from now. It is selfishness and our greediness that's put onto these states. Because now, like you just said now, there's something that assembly can, and even this, you mentioned issue of autonomy, the issue of not having autonomy in legislative arm of government, that will put us in captivity, in bond. Because now everything that both from speaker down to the other member, let me use to say now 26 now,
right,
you have to come from there. And now maybe Mr. Governor wants something, and you think this Mr. Governor wants, if you do it, it's going to affect maybe the people, and you too. You think people you want to defend as well because of all that. I did this just because of you. And I say, okay, maybe you have to act. That's why I've been polished. They won't release whatever is supposed to be released. Now, if you say come to us now, what's really is something that you don't need to debate with because you pass it. Because whenever even we use 8 years or 16 years, you're still going back home to your people. So the issue of ambition, greediness, they even keep on even the legislator into bondage. Because now, okay, if you know this thing is good, it's betterment for our people to do. But if I do this now, when second time is coming, Mr. Governor is Alpha and Omega, here you get. When you say that, okay, you are not for me, you won't be giving the ticket. But as for me, I'm loyal to Governor Abiodun because I can see his hand is doing well.
Let me interrupt there. That loyalty that you're saying to the governor, are you saying if the governor doesn't want this autonomy for local governments, then you would also toe the line of the state governor?
I've not seen that light, and has not called us that I brought my legislator of the state. I don't want this. I've not heard it from him. I've not heard from the speaker. And for me, the way and manner Mr. Governor is handling this state, I want to remember say that he has the fear of God, has the fear, just and impunity. I don't think the administration of this law for Ogun State will be a problem to Mr. Adeyanju.
Okay.
To me, I don't think it should be a problem to be against it.
Okay, now you've spoken for yourself. You are 26 in total in the Ogun State House of Assembly, including the Speaker. I mean, you've said you don't have an issue with the autonomy of local governments. The Speaker will preside over the sitting, and so maybe we'll take him out of the vote. But how about the other 24? Do you think they'll vote in favor of this bill?
So, as for me, as asked, you see, I should still speak for myself. If you want to count the number of people that will support the government to have autonomy, I will be in support. The reason why I know it's good for my people. and I'm that seat to represent the interests of my people. They voted for me from Yewa North. Mr. Governor, his own constituency is in Peru. If he rejected me because I can go back to my people that for you to have abundance, for you to, this is why I did. That's why I do that. Because even the one I'm in the seat I'm enjoying now, if it's got money, I will not be here. So I spend, it's not as much. They trust me that I can do it, I can fight for their interest. That's why they voted for me. I was in APC. And I came first, even with a wide margin. And both APC and APM, even in Ponibuch, I can see they don't share raw rice, money, which I don't share, and people voted for me. So they have trust they put in me. I will continue. I believe that it's God. Even this 2023 we are talking about, how many of us can beat his or her shares that is going to finish this 24 hours for today? 24 hours, today is 24 hours. Today is 17. Don't talk about 2023.
Right.
Anything that is good for our people, I will be in support. It's only God that determines who will be to finish today, so I will be in support. For me, I will be in support for the autonomy of the government. And the way I'm saying, Mr. Governor is going to our idea to do something in the government and our area that they want changes, we want this, we want that. I don't think you will get it.
Okay. Well, let's look at another bill that was passed and narrow it down to Ogun State, the devolution of power to allow states to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity in areas covered by the national grid. This was passed. Is there any provision for this in this regard at all in Ogun State?
I didn't get that. I didn't get that bill and question very well. Huh?
The devolution of power to allow states to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity in areas. Yeah, that bill. Yes.
It's a good bill. It's something you should work. It's more or less similar to because when someone, like, let me give you an example, someone that may be a shepherd with just 10 cattle just move around, and someone with just with another 1,000. One will have more care and attention than another. Should you get my point?
Yeah.
So that you just said now is something good. Like when the OG regime, this mini power that OG did then.
Right.
You know, as using the para and maybe what's it called? This estate in Abeokuta. And if you get that area, you said that their lights almost 24 hours.
Okay.
Are you talking of Samewan Gas State?
Samewan and Ibara and the other estate after governor's office.
Okay.
So that many power. So it's something good that we should think on it. Even many resources that issue we are talking about, issue of fight, there are many resources that God has blessed each state. We can dwell on it and work on it, get better than where we are, depending on federal government.
Is there any provision for that at all on a large scale to cover the whole of Ogun State?
With at least the in Ogun State now, at least if I can do, I'm also excited, but the issue of through maybe the pressure of water and look at some things like what is it called? We have in Ogun State now, we have oil. Not if it's not because of issue between the former governor and Adegoke Adeyanju Awoso, and through wherever they have oil, you have gas. You use gas, even water is also part of what you can use to generate water. And as I'm talking to you, we have boats. Even because of water, we have large river. We have boats in Ogun State.
Right.
And if you can develop that, we can get that light. That we can even maybe we want to sell to other states for what from what hard.
Right.
For people that get in Ogun State, where we have oil that has been confirmed.
Okay.
So from there we get gas. So if there was plant in that refinery is that in Lagos, see or what is it called water side. That pressure of water there and the gas if you have it in Ogun State, Dangote in my town, in Ibeshi, where I came from, is using gas to power everything. So it may be bought that gas. But if you have that this oil we have in Ogun State, we have that gas in abundance. So definitely we can power Ogun State and can even sell to other states.
Okay.
That will generate different.
Right.
This bill on the devolution of power to allow states to generate, transmit, and distribute electricity in areas covered by the national grid. Well, I know you've not been around in Nigeria for over a week or so now. We were supposed to have this conversation last week, but because of our technical issues that we had, which has since been sorted, we could not have the conversation. In that period of time, the entirety of the nation has been more or less thrown into darkness because of
Right.
the collapse of the national grid. And one of the talk I've heard people say is this kind of bill might not see the light of the day from the powers that be, especially those who have, some sort of interest and investment in importing generators, production of generators. Do you think that would be a major
problem? Yes, that's what I want to say. Is that the rain fall because the cloud can no longer handle the weight. Tears fall because the heart can no longer handle the pain. I don't think that's people we are talking about, the masses that receive end. That's when I don't think they are the cloud that's gotten to the level that they can no longer is. The tears of their hearts can no longer handle. If we are in pain, let me say for example, Ogun State, we have this territorial, central, west, and east.
That's right.
If only central, people that are suffering, they are more than people that are enjoying this central. They can't just only one stone, just a stone, and come down to State House Assembly, both the governor, to make a request that for 72 hours, if you don't do this, we are in problem. I don't see any battalion of soldiers they used to kill all this. Just for the center, I don't talk of, okay, three of us, let's come and tell them, House of Assembly, do this repeal, Mr. Agoro do this, they will do it. So, it's about this, maybe this for 4 years, even in the constitution, if you are even elected, you can be recalled. It has never happened because they don't know our people that are voted, they don't know their rights. If you are here truly because of them, I don't think there's something that will benefit our people that cause different democracy. It will not be difficult for them to give to them back. Now, I might be behind. I want to go for second time. Now, Mr. Governor is aiming for second time. Mr. Duka may be aiming for and we now still go back. I don't know. We now still go back to that people when you further follow us that you will do this, that, and we've not done it, and we are going back again to them that give us. And they further, but I don't want to call them. Maybe they are fool.
Okay. Okay.
Because now that what you just said now, it's true. Their power that be, they know the solution to this. But because they are enjoying from that angle, you are putting millions of people in that problem. And we have about 1.3 maybe billion. They hold the disco. That's why the Nigeria is in that way. And we saw that you told us from the Zenny, from this, they got this also billion of dollars. The government that where are those money? If the money that I've gotten from this, what's it called, these people that have arrested, you just want you want to solve the security. If you solve the security, you will solve a lot of problem in Nigeria.
Right. All right. We're having a conversation. If you just tuned in, this is Panorama. You're tuned into the Integrity Station, Splash 106.7 FM, situated in Adegoke, Nigeria. We're speaking with Honorable Adegoke Adeyanju, who is the member representing Yewa North 1 constituency of the State House of Assembly. We're looking at the, constitution amendment bills, and we're looking at the likelihoods from Ogun State legislators. And, of course, being a member of the House of Assembly, you'll be able to tell us the polls and how he feels his colleagues would most likely vote as it concerns these amendments. Let's move on to maybe the big one, if I could put it that way. Financial independence for state houses of assembly and state judiciary. It was passed at the national level, and now it boils down to the state houses of assembly. Do you think this would also see a green light from the Ogun State House of Assembly?
Even when Mr. Governor gives us the consecutive order, some states have passed their own. most states, even we pass our own. Some states have said their governor has given assent to it. But I don't think implementation has followed in those states that have managed.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Hello?
Yes, where we see you go.
Hello?
Where we see you
I
go.
don't know the fear of governors on the issue of autonomy. And at the same time, John C. Maxwell said the leadership is not about title, position, or flowchart. It's about one life influencing on another.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being elected, others to make it 26 to fight for the interests of our people, not to fight Mr. Governor, not to work. So if Mr. Governor is working, bringing bill, they are going to be beneficial to their people. I don't know why we will go against it. I don't know if Mr. Governor is okay if the assembly is being autonomous and judiciary are going to be employed. I don't know. It's something that even there is no need, even immediately we pass it, that you give us as fast as possible. I don't think the governor will be doing well, and a caucus of maybe an assembly and Mr. Speaker, and that's okay, you want to trouble that governor, you want to impeach him because now you are self-dependent, and the people will not fight for such governor. Now, come back home, come and because Mr. Governor is doing well, because you need one stupid money, you want your selfish interest, you want to sort that governor, they will fight for him. Even in this bill they have been passed now, there are some things they rejected, some that passed that okay, maybe they should be giving a particular money for people that retired at this, they give immunity. Why even the legislator and governor, executive and legislator, they are asking for immunity? If they don't have skeleton in their code, what kind of immunity for what?
Right. So you are in support of this personally?
I'm in support to have autonomy, to be autonomous, because there's some things that okay, nobody is perfect. It's only God. Even Jesus said, he's not even perfect because he is being perfect. It's only God. It's only his Father. If Jesus can say that, so Mr. Governor cannot give monopoly of power and okay, he sings or Ska or myself is sing. He can bring something that I think that is okay. You can say that this is not that okay. But if truly you are representing the group, you are representing the interests of our people, you should sit down amicably and resolve it. I don't see issue being autonomous and judicial being autonomous should be something that you want ego to be dissolving Mr. Governor. Even any assembly try that. The people that governor is doing well to, they will fight for him. That no, even they can even pass to the House of Assembly that don't sit down, we are going to trouble you. They cannot impeach him. Because I don't want kind of the fear they want to create in them that they want to give assent to being autonomous. Now see usually now, if the judge is autonomous, there are some cases maybe tribunal or this, but because they are not autonomous, they will be looking at the hand of Mr. Governor. There's something that you need to just be doing straight and give peace and give justice to. But it's contrary. For someone that feed you, that look up to you, there's something that if I do it, what will happen? And all that is the detriment of our people. That's why even the electorate come this election, all these things that have been meant for them to enjoy, if any governor, if any assembly is not given, they should be the first thing to ask, not that you are coming to our place to campaign, bring rice, bring money. You get my point?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sorry to cut you short. Isn't there a difference between the financial autonomy and financial independence? Isn't that what you said, Benga? Isn't it the financial independence?
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it's a bit different from financial autonomy. Are you willing to bear the responsibility of that?
The financial autonomy.
Independence.
Dependent.
Yes.
Independent. Yes. If you are financially independent, no. We are not autonomous that our own money for the year, like we are giving the budget, to be given to the house. Not that the house will be waiting monthly for the executive to be running the house. That's what we are saying.
Okay.
If you have that, you can get executive do being paid to the house. We also initiate bill. Even the electorate can come with pay. That's what the law says. This is what we want, and we call for what is it called public hearing. And you have to do it. You are those that are elected, you have to do it. If what the public bring to us that we should do, Mr. Governor say maybe you go to Affairs, we have to listen to you are the ones that voted for us. We have to listen to them, contrary to what Mr. Governor wanted.
Okay.
That's where we are passing through democracy. That's why I think democracy will through democracy, but now we are not passing through democracy.
All right.
Right. Still on this financial independence. For those listening, we'll get open the phone lines very shortly, so you can also maybe ask Honorable Adegoke any question as it concerns our issue of the day. You know, before someone calls and begins to ask if he wants to run for 2023 and all that. No, that's not the conversation today. It's about, these bills, how the National Assembly has voted, and the likelihoods from Ogun State here.
Right.
This financial independence now for state houses of assembly, and of course for the state judiciary. Several feel that politics might also, be a stumbling block to the success and the eventual domestication of this bill if it passes 2/3 of the state houses of assembly nationwide. And the fact that the governors are seen as emperors and all powerful might also be a reason. I mean, for instance, several come up with thoughts along the lines of, if the governor says this is the person that should go next for maybe a state house of assembly, for as an instance, then everybody just respects that. Do you see that as a problem? Party politics
is a problem. But thank God for another bill being passed. No, what's it called? I want to that a person can even contest. What's it called? I want to,
independent candidacy.
Independent candidacy.
Right.
Yes, thank God for that being passed, sir. It's the problem because you don't put our trust in God. That's why you are in this mess. If I'm a friend to Mr. Governor, we are dining and whining together at the detriment of my people. And because of that, willingly, he gave me money and gave me tickets. That does not guarantee that I win that election. That's my own belief. That's my own belief. And I'm telling you, and I believe that if truly it's God that wants me to come back, I will surely come. And if God knows better that I'm not going anywhere, if Senator Bola Tinubu, Buhari, and my Dapoye give me that money, give me that support, he won't know one way or the other I will lose that election. That's God for me. That's my own belief. Whatever that will please my people. Even when I decamp from ADC, my letter, when Mr. L.G.A was reading my letter, I put one question across. I'm here in APC today, that I will be loyal to this party, I'll be loyal to Mr. Governor for the government, but not at detriment. When Mr. L.G.A was reading that letter, he just look at my face, not at detriment of my people, because everyone has his or her own motive. And make a covenant with God that God, you can do this for me, because I was facing a lot of challenges, a lot of trouble, big weeks in APC and APM. Then they have money, spending money that means, show them that you are God. If you can do this, I will do this. And if God has answered that my prayer, because there is amazing people, how come this guy is my first attempt. It's not that common. My first attempt. So if I have that personal contact with God, just give me a trial. This is a trial. If you do this for me, I will do this. And God has done this. I have to do my own part. So as for me, because of I want to secure tickets, I want to be a governor, something that I know that this thing is white, I will call it black. I don't know why the divine politics in Nigeria, you do something and say, why now? But yesterday when we had our meeting, you said that we are going by 2 o'clock. But when I go there, they say you finish the meeting by 10. That is politics for you. Is that politics? I don't do that.
Okay.
That it's one time that I will serve that my children, they also make use of their own glory, that everything will be okay. I'm okay.
Let me not direct this question at you. From the other 24 lawmakers, I mean, you know them, you sit with them at the assembly complex at Okemoson. Do you think they will be bold enough to ensure that this bill, this amendment, sees the light of day?
Yeah.
Do
the
you?
question you asked now.
Yes.
No, I know the question. I just I heard it clearly.
All right.
I heard it clearly. But now, when you use the word both enough,
Yes.
it signifies something. That indication, the way you put it, is as if, okay, there's a problem. This bill is going to give headache to Mr. Governor. This bill is as if we are fighting Mr. Governor. We should not be. And even the people that around Mr. Governor too, not even Ogun State. Of recent, all the name from Dr. Kyle Defayemi, when he said he will be totally against the local government
autonomy.
Autonomy.
Right.
Maybe he's already in the second term. I don't think my governor will say such. I don't think the way he's doing. So when you use the word both, you two as if you want to be confrontational, you want to fight Prince Dapabiodun.
No, I asked that way because it just seems to be the general feeling. I mean, we speak with the people.
The way I want you to put the question, okay. Honorable Awoso, yes, sir. This bill, do you think it's okay for the masses? It's okay. Is the assembly ready to pass it or not? I would say any assembly member that know is for the interest of the masses, not for his or her own selfish interest. And any governor that is God fearing that okay, everything didn't have any skeleton in cupboard, we are here to serve our people, not to serve our pocket, should pass it.
Right.
And such governor should not against it. That's why I'll put my own.
Okay, I think it's just about time to listen to those who are listening to us at home, for them to call 0817 444 1067, 0704 400 1067, and 0705 050 1067. Do note that you could also send us messages via WhatsApp, and that is 0817 555 1067. We have on everybody. Adegoke Adeyanju is the member of the. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is Tajidin from Magbo.
Tajidin, thanks for calling us. Go on.
I want to appreciate Honorable Adegoke for his bluntness, for his honest. I really do wish that, because he mentioned that this is his first attempt and he was able to win a seat in the House of Assembly. So I just hope that he doesn't compromise going forward and he just remains as he is. So if every politician in Nigeria can be as honest as this, sincerely, Nigeria will not be in this mess. Now, my question is, if based on how he has been sounding, how he has been talking since morning, if this is what actually translates to the House, whenever they have a sitting, if this is how he has been doing in the House, how has he been able to survive the pressure from other members? Because definitely I know that this kind of attitude of his would not sit down well with the core politicians that we know in Nigeria. The way to practice politics in Nigeria is not the way he asking a question directly on that, because he has answered just the way I really want it to be answered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tajiri, for calling us. Would allow Honorable Adegoke to respond to your question at a swoop. So we have a lot of queries and questions in that regard. You can call us again 0817 444 1067, 0705 050 1067, or 0817 444 1067. The WhatsApp line is 0817 555 1067. Good morning to you. What's your name?
Good morning, Benga.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Odora.
Good morning.
This is Engineer Tayo Adeyanju calling from Kuto.
Thanks for calling us. Go on, please.
First of all, I want to appreciate our dear Honorable. Like Captain just said, I know he never compromised, and I know the man that is out the fear of God in his mind, and may God continue to bless him. I want to ask Mr. Awoso that Now, we have government and we have politics. Please, it's a very simple question. Which one are we running? Which one are we even practicing? Is it government or politics? Please, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Adeyanju, for talking to us. We can take more calls, so we just allow everybody to respond to all of them at once. I'm sure you can hear me, but whatever you're saying now, people at home cannot hear. So just hold on, sir, on everybody. 0817 444 1067 0705 050 1067 or 0817 444 1067. The WhatsApp line, once again, is 0817 555.
We have messages there from Nicholas. At the federal and state levels, there are funny humans against the devolution, which is necessary for even development, because ultimately we all come from local governments, as a matter of fact, villages. Until then, we will remain in a state of higgledy-piggledy, no matter how we speak in tongues, rationalize or accentuate our Nigerian grammar. Benga, this is not a case of boldness. It is a case of a dysfunctional political anatomy, which eventually leads to political hemorrhage and ultimately gross underdevelopment. That's from Nicholas.
All right, let's hear from this person. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello,
we can
good
hear
morning.
you.
Hello?
Okay. Can you hear us now? Good morning.
Hello?
All right. Please do call us again. We apologize for that. It must be the connection from your end. 0817 444 1067 0704 400 1067 and 0705 050 1067. Do you have more WhatsApp messages just yet? Not yet.
Yes, we do. Good morning. I am very impressed with the way Honorable Adegoke has answered most of your questions. If this is who he is, may Almighty God give you the grace to survive this race. That's
Okay.
it for
All
now.
right. Hello. Good morning. What's your name? Hello. Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Hello, good morning.
Oh, please do call us again. We apologize for that one as well. Good morning to you. What's your name?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Oh, come on. Okay, please do call us again. We'll try to sort the connection from him, because it's very clear in terms of what we're hearing, but for whatever reason, you just cannot hear us. Let's hear from this person. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello, good morning, Nicholas.
All right,
Good
Nicholas,
morning.
thanks for calling us.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this topic and such a. If I am to judge him by what he has spoken and assume that he has spoken from his heart, he is more of a human being than a politician. And we need more human beings in the house, at the federal and state levels. But I sympathize with him because he's like an AC Milan fan surrounded by Chelsea fans. He can only have his say and not his way. Benga, in some state assemblies, the members of the assemblies were forced to take oaths. This history is our guide, and we are sure our collective memory is still with us. You see, at the federal and the state level, Benga and Dera, the men who are against 35% affirmative action for women are the ones who are against ranching, who are against state police, who are against control of state allocation. And in all the states, such men exist. They are in Delta. They don't want the judge to become governor. They are in Ogun State. They think the Yewa man can never be competent. They are in Imo State. They think only the Olu people can become governor. Benga, we are facing a serious issue, but it's unfortunate most Nigerians, because we can still have fun during the weekend and not seeing the dangers we are sinking into. They are still the ones that want us to use 100 over 400 to study medicine in Ife, Usuka, and Ibadan. Then when our patients start dying, we will start thinking it's a demonic attack. And no matter how we go to Orioke, Yanu, God is not mocked. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Nicholas, for talking to us. Let's see if we can take more calls and just allow Honorable Adegoke to answer all of your concerns and queries at once, and of course your comments as well. We have another caller now. Good morning. What's your name?
Good morning. Good
Hello.
morning.
Thanks for calling us. Go on, please.
Well, while appreciating the contribution of your guest, I think a lot needs to be done in order for us to get it right. Like the last caller have said, there are a lot of dramatic and fetish issues attached to our policy. I will not make a lot of things to see the light of the day. Coming back to whatever will not favor a state, they are having tendency for those the power that be to prevail on the House of Assembly for them not to allow the bill to see the light of the day. I think there should be another dimension to it, where we have a forum of the citizens who will equally either append their signature or by the way of referendum for them to have their take on the proposed bill. I think that would be better. Then we will know by voting through the way we conduct our election. We should have our way rather than subjecting to the House of Assembly. We are not getting a true representation. Let me be frank. In all ramifications, it's as if the business of the Assembly, either the state or national assembly, is to favor those who are there, not for those who they are governing. How many times have the member of assembly come to their constituency to speak to those who have voted for them to be there? It's just a mere mess, and we need to change the way we are addressing our issue. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Alara, for talking to us. And might just be our cue to allow. Do we have another?
Yeah,
WhatsApp
we have
message?
a message on WhatsApp. Good morning to you all at Splash FM. I really appreciate the Honorable is a very sincere and godly minded. If every political leader is like him, I believe Nigeria will go places. God bless you. That's Elder Abiodun from Bodiolude.
Okay, Honorable Adegoke, you heard all of the comments and, of course, the questions of the people.
Yes, yeah. And there's no even way to go. I would like to, my Bible tells me that woe unto whom that puts all his trust in mortal human being. Because it's God that Alpha and Omega. What is pushing us to this mess that we believe that if I have so person at my back, I have it all. Which is wrong. The last caller before we read this message,
right,
that person says, maybe people that are voting or that voted for us, if you have alliances come together. Now this bill is coming. Myself and others want to go back and seek for another term. They should tell us now this, and then maybe assign the right to letter that whenever this bill comes, no matter the consequence we want to face, this is what we want. If you don't give it to us, don't go back to seek for another. It's then when you get to that. That's why I say the people that even we are governing on, I don't think, I'm sorry to use this word, I don't how much of money I want to give this one from Papuni Boots. I won't spend under the week and put you another 4 years problem. If I'm here truly because of people.
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello. All right, we have a bit of a challenge with connection issues right now. Let's hope that we'll be able to reconnect with him.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
All right.
I should not think about my own alone. I should not think about my own self. But let me tell you, this God might be massive. There's no way. I believe there's law of karma. There's no way because I'm here today, I can feed my family, I can travel out, I can do this, I can do that, and someone that they are giving me something that I can do, I should give to. Maybe he cannot able to eat well, during that sickness he died, I will give account for that. Even law of karma, whatever Bible says, since I've done this to my a person, you have done it to me. There's nothing you do to your fellow human being that I won't get back. And that's what is guiding me. If I say, okay, nobody's here, I've given millions of naira to do this for my constituency, I don't give to them, I will use that to invest or that. There's no way, even if you use that money to train your children, that children may be wayward, or at times you should eat that fruit of your labor, you might bring a sickness, or your life just cut short. That's my belief.
Okay, you've not responded to the sort of commendation of sorts from, I remember the very first caller who talked about how are you able to cope amidst other lawmakers who might not see or have your views?
Yes, there's pressure. They are prone, but I believe there is God. I will have my say, like he said. People have my way, but I won't because of that to compromise. You know, the Mr. Speaker knows me very well, and people that know Speaker at the same time, this night assembly, they as the controlling the house, you know, at the same time, he also seen as he's one, what was it called, seen as an activist. He has been down before he becomes Speaker. But we need to touch minimum of 18 because we have a week. To have that 18 is a problem. For me, because we don't have that 18, I won't do my own party. I believe that I was on Splash FM maybe I said that if God wants me, even as young as that you are the next governor of Ogun State, nobody, no Jupiter can stop that. Because this one I'm enjoying, I call upon him, the Alpha and Omega. And he's ready to use someone. If I should be a friend of Mr. Governor, then if governor give money, God can even turn his heart against me. You say, "Oh, come party to you." The heart of me is in his hand, not the hand of anybody. If you are going 2023 and you are 2022, March is still far.
All right, let's get the comments that we have.
Sorry, I want to say something.
Okay.
This with the media people too, we have a long way to go. Both in Yoruba and in this brand, please try to sensitize our people that they have power. What is the power? That term to vote us. Your people represent you. If you can't see president, can't see governor, you can see your House of Assembly, chairman, councillor. This thing we are behind about that federal government has said you should give us this. It remains to you to pass it. If you don't pass it, don't come back home. If you come back, don't forget about the election. If you forget about even asking money, if you can do that, we have our way.
All right, let's see how far we can go as regards tweets before we go on our commercials. Sharon Falola says, too many issues from different fronts: local government autonomy, financial independence of state legislative and judiciary will continue to be a challenge, except the issues surrounding loyalty, patriotism, and trust is resolved. Trivializing will not help us now. He goes further. Ordinarily, being accountable is usually a nightmare for executive. Voting in support of L.G.A autonomy and financial independence of legislative and judiciary will change our political narrative. It will lead to a major paradigm shift and rebirth of check and balance. Official combination. In Nigeria, that's what we call political statement, whereby you say what people will love to hear. And that's why if a politician greets you good morning, you'll need to check outside to confirm if it is truly morning time. I hope your guest is not giving us that. He goes on, I see our House members in Ogun State as a rubber stamp that will make it difficult to believe whatever any one of them says on radio. They should just do the best because of posterity.
All right, we're due for a commercial break now, but let's thank Honorable Adegoke Adeyanju. He's the member representing Yewa North 1 constituency out of the State House of Assembly. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And I like the way you ended it in terms of the fact that the vote or the power belongs to the people, and they need to realize that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll take our commercials now. Please stay tuned. This is still Splash 106.7.
Panorama.
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 Panorama on Splash 106.7 FM.
We educate. That's why we are respected. We inform. That's why we are loved. More music. We are the best. The Integrity Station. Splash, splash.
106.7.
ABR ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àbísúyọ lóko bọ̀pá dé. Wọ́n ní ẹ ò gbọ́dọ̀ kárí ẹ̀ lórí ìgbọ̀ ọ̀tún. Pàápàá àǹfààní tó gbọ́mọpọ̀ dáadáa. Ilẹ̀ oko mo lọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ orílẹ̀ ìlúgùn Ọlọ́run dá 25,000 ní plọ̀tì báyìí. Ẹ ra plọ̀tì mẹ́ta kẹ́ ẹ gba ìdajì sí i. Wọ́n sì jẹ́ éèkà lẹ́ra ẹ gba plọ̀tì kan sí i. Ilẹ̀ àgbẹ̀ Kọ́bápá Alábàtà Ọ̀pẹ́jì 30,000 per plot. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ra plọ̀tì mẹ́ta ìdajì lẹ́gbà sí i. Wọ́n sì jẹ́ éèkà lẹ́ra ẹ ó gbòdìdì kan sí i. Àwọn onírà ti wà nílẹ̀ láti ra èrè oko yín. 39 NTA Road Ọ̀gbẹ̀ Abẹ́òkúta 08033706236 08033706236. ABR ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àbísúyọ lóko bọ̀kọ̀ ìgbọ̀tún fáwọn àgbẹ̀. Ogúnjọ́ oṣù kẹta tá a wà yìí láǹfààní yóò pín.
Birds do not struggle to fly, neither do babies struggle to cry. These are their ways of expression. They learn and grow in progression. But when the bird is always caged and children do not feel engaged, life is boring, school is appalling, and lovely dreams are disappearing. Wouldn't you like to fly like me, to go to school and feel at home? Would dad and mom not feel secure to know their future stands too sure? To be happy, to be learning, to becoming a total child. Join me at Nobel House College, Olusegun Obasanjo Hilltop Estate, Okemoson, Abeokuta.
Our entrance exam dates are March 5th and March 26th, 2022.
Forms are available on both our website and our premises. I'll be waiting to welcome you.
Oṣù àpẹẹrẹwọlé dé wẹ́rẹ́. Oṣù ìkéhùn ìkẹ́. Ramadan IAS Unique Homes and Properties. Pẹ̀lú ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ní Electorates ló gbé àǹfààní Ramadan special promo yìí kalẹ̀. Àǹfààní eléyìí tó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ralẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ yìí nílé iṣẹ́ IAS ló máa gba ẹ̀bùn tó jọjú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá láǹfààní àti ra IAS garden set táǹtà ní $1 million. Tó sanwó ẹ̀tàn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Láìsí lọ kábọ̀. Àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó máa gbà ní òní Electronics lójú ẹsẹ̀ nìyí. 32 inches LED television, home theatre system àti washing machine ládùndẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń ra ilẹ̀ wa ó ní 200,000, 300,000, 750,000, $1 million, 3.5 million lójú ẹsẹ̀ lè máa gba ẹ̀bùn tó jọjú. Eléyìí kì í ṣe ìyíje yìí ò jẹ́ o. Torí kò tó ralẹ̀ rárá ló ti mọ ẹ̀bùn ńlá tó máa gbà. Ọjọ́ kẹẹ̀ẹ́dógún oṣù kẹta ló máa kásẹ̀ ńlẹ̀. Ìwọ náà tètè kàn sí wọn nílé iṣẹ́ IAS tó bá súnmọ́ jùlọ. Pay 090-3377-3189. Má gbàgbé o, olóríire mẹ́ta ló máa fi lé Dubai ṣèfàjẹ́. Rántí gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì tiẹ̀ náà.
Do you feel the need to take your business to greater heights, grow your business and services beyond your wildest imagination, and have your business and services get to your targeted audience in good time? Worry no more. The Integrity Station, Splash FM 106.7, has got all it takes to put your business and services on the map and give you the desired reach that you need. With our affordable rates, amazing reach, and quality programs, you can rest assured that we will take your business to greater heights. Do business with us today. For inquiries and advert placements, outdoor coverage, events, and many more, contact us via telephone on 0811-249-0577 or visit our corporate office, Kilometer 1, MKO Abiola Way, Abetu Junction, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Splash FM 106.7, Abeokuta, the Integrity Station. We always have you covered.
Bí a bá ń fọgbọ́n ṣe dandan ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ pẹ̀lú rẹ̀. Ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀hún rèé tí iléeṣẹ́ àgbájọ Homes and Property ní ká gbé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọlọ́gbọ́n torí pé a ò gbọ́dọ̀ sí kọ́kọ́rọ́ kù. Ọ̀yá Dam Pressure Estate 200,000 ní tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 100,000 lẹ́sàn. Gúúsì Estate Òṣìẹ̀lẹ̀ àti Randa High Level Phase 2. Kọ́pàpẹ́ àti Ṣódẹ̀kẹ́ tuntun Phase 2 600,000 ní tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 300,000 lẹ́sàn. Ilẹ̀ ń bẹ ní Ìdíòrì Blessed City Garden 2.4 million naira ní tẹ́lẹ̀ báyìí 1.2 million lẹ́sàn. Onígangan 1 million naira ní lọ́lọ́ báyìí 500,000 ní gbẹ́tàn rẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ oko mo lọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ orílẹ̀ lógún ọlọ́run dá 25,000 ní plọ̀tì báyìí. Ilẹ̀ àgbẹ̀ kọ́bápá alábàtà ọ̀pẹ́jì 30,000 per plot. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bára plọ̀tì mẹ́ta ìdajì lẹ́gbàsí. Ó sì jẹ́ éèkà lẹ́ra ẹ̀ ó gbòdìdì kan sí. 39 NT Road Ọ̀gbẹ̀ Abẹ́òkúta 070-4464-8338 070-4464-8338. Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lónìí a ò ní ti kọ́kọ́rọ́ kù. Ogúnjọ́ oṣù kẹta tá a wà yìí láǹfààní yóò.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
I like talk radio.
Welcome to your number one talk radio station.
Fasten your seatbelts.
This is your favorite station.
Splash FM
106.7.
So your dial is still tuned to Splash 106.7 FM, and this is the Integrity Station. You're welcome back to Panorama. We're on the second segment now from the pages, where we'll take you through some of the stories, or the stories that you will find on the front pages of a couple of our newspapers this morning. I have with me the Vanguard newspaper.
I have The Nation, but before we get to the headlines, there are still a couple of comments that we have a tweet. I'm not sure. I don't know if you can access it just yet. But there's this one on Facebook, Oluwatobi Olale, who says, with the way Honorable Adegoke has spoken, his personal interest, and he has put the interest of the masses and his people as the first, then his political organization next. If truly that is whom he is, his people will vote for him for his second term if he is willing to run.
We also have another one on WhatsApp. I want to say that your guest has been the most humane in the Nigerian political space. Please don't compromise your stance. Also, this goes out to scrupulous political leaders that we, the masses, that they have put in perpetual poverty, are praying for them that God should pay them and their family in the same coin that they have dealt with us. Karma will catch up with them. That's from Olajuwel from Itaoshi.
All right, on Twitter, Sean Falola says, on the contrary, there are likely to be an unusual misconception and assumptions on the part of the executive. They thought the legislators are trying to clip executive wings will be the new order. I hope legislators will be able to stand by the people this time. All right, let's get to the headlines now.
All right, on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, headliner, APC, Buhari fires Bello, says Buni to conduct convention. Niger Governor Sani Bello acts as CECPC acting chairman as Buhari warns APC governors against unguarded utterances. Says Buni must conduct March 26 convention. Buni returns, cancels NEC meeting fixed for today. Party sticks to zoning formula as Yari Adamu Tango. Yari Mustafa Musa Al-Makura Akume Adamu pick nomination forms. All these stories on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Strike. Nans gives FG ASU 2 weeks deadline to open varsities. That's on page 8. NJC places judge on watch list. OK's appointment of 9 judges on page 7. Vanguard Award will spur me to do more. That's coming from Governor Abiodun on page 10. There's a picture here from of the Yobe State Governor and Chairman of the APC's Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, CECPC, May Malabuni, President Muhammadu Buhari, and Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, after a meeting in London yesterday. PDP set to hold presidential primary in May. Begins sale of nomination forms tomorrow. Presidential forms go for 40 million naira. Governorship, 21 million naira. Sets up 37-man committee to decide on zoning. IU calls for united front among party leaders, and those stories can be found on page 27. Energy crisis. Buhari apologizes why crisis may linger by industry leaders. Stories on pages 8 and 20. British High Commission refutes claims of student work family visa suspension. That's on page 29. NPAN Uzodinma Odion mourn as Emeka Obasi, publisher of Hallmark newspaper, dies at 58. That is on page 6. Nigeria dumps Maritime Bank for Regional Development Bank on page 19. 2023, I won't step on Buhari's toes, Tinubu tells APC senators and reps on page 9. Electoral Act Amendment Request. Federal government to consider all options available. That's coming from Malami on page 8. And Anambra upbeat as Soludo takes over today. That is on page 25. 1999 Constitution. Akintoye, 17 Yoruba groups seek to stop Ekiti Osun government polls. That's on page 10. And those are the stories that you can find on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this
Let's take
morning.
you through the headlines from the nation. The big story is this: Buhari to APC governors. Buni remains party chair. The rider, number of riders. The first one says, President insists on March 26 convention date. And the second rider, you'll be governor back, council's neck meeting. We have this story as well. Federal government to stop payments for unused electricity. We have this as well. Senators, reps pledge support for Tinubu. We also have PDP neck fails to okay zoning. A rider says pay 40 million naira for form. We have this headline as well. Yoruba Nation agitators file suits to stop Ekiti Osun polls. You find that on page 3. Malami, we are seeking options on Electoral Act. You find that on page 2. Lautech alumni reject Makine's move to rename Varsity. You find that on page 3 of the paper. And the picture on the front page of The Nation, maybe quite understandably, is that of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he visited the lawmakers. We have Senators Ajayi Borough, Prince Dayo Adeyayo, Progressives Congress presidential aspirant Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, Senate President Ahmed Lawan, and Senator Adamu Aliero when Asiwaju visited the APC caucus, the National Assembly Abuja, on his presidential bid. And that was yesterday. We also have him sitting alongside Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, and Deputy Speaker Idris Wase at the National Assembly in Abuja yesterday. These are the stories on the front page of The Nation. We have joining us for this segment, Abayomi Babalola. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Good morning, Benga. Good morning, Odera.
Good morning.
Good morning to our listeners out there.
Okay, let's get started from the camp of the People's Democratic Party. According to the headline here from The Nation, they failed to okay zoning, but maybe that's not exactly what I worry about. But the amount that has been budgeted or that has been said that nomination forms will be sold for presidential, 40 million. Does that border on ridiculous?
Well, I wouldn't say it's ridiculous. And I wouldn't say we are bothered, because of these people that are likely going to pick up the tickets, I don't see any one of them that is not already a millionaire. Force them into wanting to be in that office, because for me, you see, we Nigerians are saying that APC has failed as the ruling party. And I think PDP too has failed as opposition. When you want to play the role of opposition effectively, you should be able to give out templates that if we are to dump this ruling party and go for your party, these are the things we will be getting from you. I've not seen anything that PDP has put on table that will excite Nigerians to say, okay, we have a better alternative in PDP. Of course, it might turn out to be a ruse or a strategy to win votes, like what we had in 2015 when we were talking about change, and today we can see the kind of change we have voted for. But then, even as at then, APC were coming up with options for Nigerians that if we get to power, these are the things that will do better than what the ruling party was doing then. And today, I really don't see what PDP has brought to the table. Now they are saying nomination form is 40 million naira only. Please, it's important you put only behind that money. And for governorship is 21 million naira. For Senate is 3 million naira or thereabout. And to woo the youth, they are saying for the youth wing, whoever wants to contest for any of the posts will be 50% of it. It's a good one, but then beyond who you are presenting, beyond the amount we are to pay for the nomination form, what do you have up your sleeves to give to Nigerians? I have not seen anything that makes PDP better than APC. And probably this is the ideal time for the third force to come up. But then, those who are talking about the third force for now, you